to What Is It Wednesday, presented by the Danbury Library. Each time we meet, we'll look at an interesting find from nature and see if we can guess what it is. This week, we're looking at this thing right here. Now, we're looking at a skull, right? Yeah. And as we can tell, it's from an animal that's not too small, but also an animal that's not too big. So this is a medium-sized creature. And if we look at it head on, we notice that it has very large orbital areas. This is where the eyes would go. So we're looking for an animal that has big eyes for the size of its head. And also an animal whose eyes are pointing to the front, both of them, like ours do. Their eyes aren't on the side. They're facing forward. That's important. We got to remember that. But there's something else. They also have these really impressively long teeth. Can you see these guys? Those are nice, huh? And if we were to look at the side, we'd notice there's also pointed teeth on the side there. Can you see them? We're probably looking for an animal that's a predator. And I'll tell you one more hint. We're looking for an animal that has been seen here in Connecticut. In fact, not too far from our city. So, we're looking at an animal that is not too small and not too big, something that's kind of a medium-sized animal. It has large eyes that face to the front like ours do, and an impressive set of sharp teeth. If you would like to do a little look around by yourself, you can pause the video here and come back later. But if you want to know the answer right now, you can keep watching because I'll tell you in 3, 2, 1. So, do you know whose skull this is? This is from a member of the feline family, the same family of animals that our friendly house cats come from. But this isn't a domestic house cat. This is a bobcat skull. Bobcats are medium-sized cats that are native to North America. They range from Canada throughout most of the United States and all the way down to southern Mexico. In fact, there have been a number of bobcat sightings as close as Newtown. They are what is known as a least concern animal. This means that the bobcat population is large, healthy, and stable. Bobcats are stocky little creatures. They can grow between 1.5 to 4 feet long and stand as tall as 2 feet at the shoulder. Depending on their size, these cats can weigh between 9 to 33 pounds. Their name bobcat comes from their stubby little bobbed tail. Look at that little thing. Isn't it cute? Bobcats are carnivorous creatures. This means they eat meat, and they are excellent hunters. Like other cats, bobcats stalk their prey, preferring to sneak up on something tasty, and then, when they get close enough, they pounce. We can see evidence of their carnivorous diet in their skulls. Now, remember when we were looking earlier, we noticed these large eye sockets, these orbital areas here? And the fact that they were facing forward, well, that's very important. The large eyes means that they have good eyesight, and the fact that they face forward like we do means that bobcats have binocular vision. This means that the placement of their eyes gives them an overlapping field of vision, and this overlapping field of vision gives them something very important: excellent depth perception. Depth perception is what helps us to see how close or far away something is from us. It helps us to tell how close other cars are when we're driving down the road, how far away our friend is when we see them across the street, or just where to run so we can intercept that football and make the goal. That's how us humans use depth perception. But animals like the bobcat, well, they use it to do something else. They use it to tell how close a prey animal is so they know when to pounce. They can also use it to help them to escape from bigger predators. So like if they need to know if they can leap far enough to get onto that tree branch before something bigger can try and gobble them up. Animals that are prey animals, meanwhile, their eyes don't sit in the front like these guys do or like ours. Theirs actually sit to the side of their head. This gives them what is called monocular vision. While both the eyes of us and the bobcats see the same things at the same time, animals like horses, rabbits, and some birds have eyes that see different things at the same time. Because again, they're facing on different opposite sides of the head. So one's going to see what's going on the right-hand side of the head, and the other's going to see what's going on the left-hand side. This means that they don't have depth perception like we and the bobcats do. Instead, they can see a wider field of vision all at once, making it easier for them to notice a possible predator getting too close. But there's another part of the bobcat's skull that clued us into this guy being a predator, and that was those amazing teeth. Look at those guys. They're big, huge canines. Now we have canines too, but they're little. But these guys, they're big and impressive, and this is what they're going to use to bite their prey. But they have something else. They also have sharp back teeth. They're molars. As we see, they come to a little point, don't they? Yeah. Now, if we were to feel back to the back of our teeth, with your tongue, what do we feel back there? Our teeth are pretty flat, right? Yeah. That's because we're omnivores. We're designed to eat meat, but also plants. And we use those flat teeth in the back to grind up things like plants. When you go, plants that will be tough for these canine teeth to eat, we can grind them up and eat them no problem. But this guy, he doesn't have molars in the back that are flat. His molars are pointed completely all around. So this guy is not designed to eat plants. He'll eat some occasionally, but most of his diet is going to be made up of meat. The bobcat's favorite food is rabbits and hares. But if they can't get a hold of rabbit and hare, well, they'll eat other things, including insects, birds, small rodents, and even deer. In fact, bobcats, despite being solitary hunters, can actually take down animals that are 8 times their size. So that little bobcat can actually take down a big deer. They're also fantastic athletes. They can leap for over 12 feet in length. Can you imagine that? That's huge. Now these guys, they're territory animals, and like a lot of cats, they prefer to live alone. They'll wander around in their giant territories, patrolling to make sure no one else gets into their home area. And while they look cute and fluffy, if we ever see them wandering outside, we should really avoid them and try not to get too close. Thank you for joining this week on What Is It Wednesday. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about the amazing bobcat. Until we meet again, happy exploring and stay curious. Bye everyone!